Hi, I'm Dallas.
And I'm Celeste, and we're from Geek Devotions.
Geek Devotions, a show brought to you by devoted geeks who are devoted to letting you know that you are loved. And we do this through a variety of ways.
Weekly Bible study on Facebook at 6:30 Central Standard Time, where we go line by line through the scriptures.
Such as weekly devotionals on YouTube using geeky pop culture items like movies, video games, and comic books.
As well as a podcast called Com Talk by Geek Devotions, where we have book reviews, music discussions, as well as general geekery.
Pray and Plays on Twitch, where we play video games, but we are willing to stop the action to pray and talk with people who need it. If you want more information about what we do here at Geek Devotions, just look up Geek Devotions on some of your favorite social media platforms, or check out our website, geekdevotions.com.
Are you ready to discover a world of terrible movies? High above the planet Geekery, three brave individuals, with the help of other friends, work through a list of terrible movies to discover one simple truth. Are they better than people think? Or do they really belong on the bottom shelf? Grab your popcorn, grab your favorite snack, and get ready to find out. Hello, welcome to the bottom shelf. This is Dallas, and with me is
Celeste.
Oh, well, that got awkward.
I'm sorry, that's just what I'm used to hearing after. I'm Dallas, and this is this is John.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, we're John and I. We're here on the station. We're calculating the votes that have come in, and for Dark Star, because
this is the 2000 election all over again.
Really, there's a hanging Chad and everything. Actually, his name is Hank. But anyways,
a hanking Chad.
For reals, I just finished watching a couple episodes of Bleach, and there's a character named Chad, and they literally left him hanging. I was like, oh my god,
it's a hanging Chad.
So, anyways, Dark Star. That was a movie that we reviewed. If you guys haven't heard our review, our conversation about it, you need to go back and check it out because it was interesting. It was interesting. It was probably more entertaining than the movie, in my opinion.
You shut your mouth.
Because I voted for it to be on the bottom shelf, but we ended up being split. We didn't have a vote for it. So we went to the Devoted Geek Life, which is the Facebook group that's connected to our main hub, Geek Devotions, and for the vote. And we're like, hey, what do you guys think? And we had quite a bit of participation on it. And we had some really interesting conversations that took place around this movie. Like, I think that this movie has had more conversation than most of our other ones. John, what do you think?
It's definitely our most divisive movie. I think what it comes down to is there's the people who are like, look, I get it. It's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the people who really love it, but understand that it's not a movie for everybody.
Right.
And I think that's where we ran the ship aground a bit, because it's just like it is very evenly split between those two camps.
Oh yeah.
And this is a first for us, in which, you know, we're happy to see people interacting on the topics we're discussing, but in the same sense, do we want to tell them how it ended up?
Talking about our where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically what we have is we're split again after going to Devoted Geek Life. Like, it's an even split between the bottom shelf and the middle shelf. We've never had this happen.
No.
We're on episode 10, I think.
Yeah. So actually that's pretty good timing. That's a good way to celebrate a nice round number like 10 is complete indecision.
Oh my gosh.
Hence my comment about being the 2000 election all over again. I mean, anybody who remembers that nightmare.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Recount after recount. And it's just
they're still recounting that. So, but we had some good conversation about it. Hank, dude, you are Like, I'm not so sure you don't have a Dark Star tattoo on your back right now, bro, because you are all about that film. He has this one comment says, "This is the best quote unquote bad movie I have ever seen. It's definitely in my personal private stash." So I was like, "Dang, dude."
Yeah, after watching some of the comments that Hank had thrown down, I'm like, homeboy is like a cinematic lobbyist. He's
Yeah.
just like,
He's out here like, "I've come again to you to ask you to vote for for Dark Star." Oh my gosh.
do it
Uh,
not for yourself, but for the people out there who could possibly benefit.
and some people benefited from it. My father-in-law, he voted in and he said, "I loved the film and found it hysterical, which surprises me. I did not expect this man to enjoy that film that much."
You know, when I was down there last, I was kind of hoping to meet Bobby, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, life
Life.
happens. But yeah, he seems to have similar views on movies that I do. Although there was one in particular, what was it that he told Celeste was trash and she ended up enjoying that I liked.
Oh, there's been a couple. Scrooged.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he hated Scrooged, and we all liked it. Was
No,
that top shelf for us?
I don't think we've had a full top shelf. I think that ended up on the middle shelf.
Right. We need to get a running chart somewhere on the website or something of what our final ratings were.
Hey, I found a job for Branson.
Oh yeah,
He can he can he can be our archives director. He can.
there we go. Uh,
I mean, Kevin suggested he be an analyst. What a better way to be an analyst than keeping those records?
we'll put that in the next company meeting. We'll talk about that.
Job description.
So Squid, she wrote in. She goes, "I would be happy. I would be a happy camper if I never had to write to watch it again, or if I did, if I got to watch a cut up, re-edited version that separates it into a 20-minute short that better conveys some message."
Hmm.
Like, I think that those two comments right there, that perfectly shows what's happening with the world of this movie.
Mhm.
Either you think it's hysterical and you really enjoyed it, or you're just like, please God, make it stop.
See, I didn't think it was hysterical watching it. I, I just found it to be I found it to be fascinating. It was more just for me, it was just like a big old deep dive into the mentality of these, like what life would really be like on these 20-year missions out into outer space with zero contact. You start losing any sense of empathy, or it's
Right.
just like, and so, like, for me, it was just I just found it to be fascinating.
Right.
So, but I mean, different people come to movies for different reasons, I guess. Um, but my biggest takeaway from the whole episode was how much Squid and I differ as far as uh, our views on what makes a good bad movie.
Right.
Because for to give everybody a peek behind the curtain out there, we record 2 episodes at the same time. Like the entire month is recorded in one long sit down.
Yeah.
So we had just got done recording Velocipaster, which she was bout that.
She was
And
all on that.
and then we did Dark Star, and she's like, meh, that time.
I was
Yeah.
surprised actually. After we recorded Velocipaster, I thought, okay, Squid must have actually enjoyed this one. I was surprised to see her dislike it.
I was too. I was a bit taken back, and it's just like, really? Like Velocipaster was witty and interesting, and yet Dark Star was a snooze fest. I mean, I can understand Kevin not liking it because Kevin doesn't like anything, but
He likes things.
I think he has yet to enjoy. No, I take it back. He did like Plan 9 from Outer Space,
He did quite a bit.
but I mean, he has yet to enjoy anything else that we've done.
That's true. I think you may be right. I really need to start. We need to start cataloging these things. At least put a thing in the description, the show notes on each episode. Like, this is where we were at, or have a blog or something like that.
Well, we can't put it in the show descriptions, otherwise you're going to spoil the show for people who are
That's
listening to
true.
it.
We need to have I don't know. We need to do something. We'll figure it out. We want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Like, what are your guys' suggestions on how to catalog this stuff and keep things going?
How do you want to see it? And I suppose the next question is do you think that the bottom shelf should have its own website?
Oh yeah, outside of the podcast website.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a good question. So that's guys, let us know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? We do have some thoughts we threw around that we're working through. Possibly uploading these to YouTube in a audio wave format.
I think that would be a
Um,
great idea. I
yeah,
mean, just spreading the surface area that the podcast covers just makes sense. But
yeah. The thing is getting on that quickly, so I'm not having to spend hours upon hours doing more than just 10 episodes of stuff.
well, I mean, that's just a sooner rather than later situation there, sir.
Right. So we got that going on. I got Branson doing some artwork for us actually.
Oh,
He's,
really?
he's gonna do that was why the question came up about everyone's job descriptions on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's actually gonna do character art of us.
Character art of us. Oh, good. Good. Now you can buy a caricature of my tubby butt. It's just my character is just going to be a big old circle with glasses. And here's John the pumpkin. Everybody.
Branson will treat you nice. He'll do it right.
Oh,
well. As your, what do you call him? Your
my hetero husband number 3.
Hetero husband.
Hetero house husband number 3.
Right. So I will say this: what I enjoyed about the last 10 episodes so far is the camaraderie we have with each other, the fun we have, the poking at it. I think some people might think that Kevin's angrier than he really is. I think some of it's just an act, but we legitimately have fun doing this. And even movies like this last one, which is so divisive, we had fun doing it. And I hope that you guys listening have enjoyed listening to these podcasts.
The thing about Kevin is he likes to argue.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I get that. And I'm more than happy to be his punching bag. So if anybody thinks that, Kevin's being crabby against me or I'm openly mocking Kevin because I dislike him, it's not like that. A lot of it is just shtick. It's just there to add to the. I mean, I'm assuming we're doing this episode out of lore right now.
Yeah.
The way we're talking.
It is now.
But I mean, a lot of that's just shtick. It's a show we put on to make the banter a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
We all sincerely love each other. Dallas is my hetero house husband number 1. And then of course I refer to Kevin as my little brother. So
right.
I've adopted him into my personal family. So
yeah,
we all, we're all kind of a, much in the same way that how I talk about playing games with strangers. I can never do an episode without bringing up playing games with strangers. I've noticed that.
Yep, it happens.
But much like that crew, we are very much a support system for each other. Although lately they've been supporting me more than anybody else, but that's fine.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things we do. Like, we're big. Like, again, this podcast is an extension of Geek Devotions, and the whole point of Geek Devotions is devoted to letting people know that they're loved and they're cared for, which creates a family atmosphere. And that's what we have on the podcast. Is we act as a family. We support each other, we pray for each other, we encourage each other. If you're listening to this podcast and you realize that we're Christians, we are. All 4 of us are Christians. You obviously have been turning off the podcast at the last 10 minutes of the episode. You missed the weak connections, but we're Christians. But as Christians, we can have fun, we can goof off, we can poke at each other and get a little snide sometimes. But we have a relationship where we can do that with each other. But we genuinely care about each other, lift each other up. And for those of you guys listening, we hope that conveys across to you guys. And in some way, we hope that you guys feel welcomed into our bottom shelf family also. But yeah, we haven't even given the rating yet. What we're putting this.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about where it's at. We haven't given our final official rating.
Oh,
we just been jabbering for 15 minutes.
Okay. But real talk, I mean, that's kind of how we are when it's just John and Dallas. We get chatty. It's just like, hey, dude, what's up? Let's talk about mindless stuff.
Let's talk about tea.
Let's talk. And then from tea or mindless stuff, we go, hey, what about Jesus? And then we start going down that hole for a long.
It's just about life, man. This is what we are. This is what we talk about.
I know.
It's all good. So
quick recommendation for everybody out there. If you have friends on the internet and you have the opportunity to go meet them in person, don't. You're going to feel compelled to move to their hometown.
Join us, John. Join us.
I'm in the works, bro.
I know it. All right. So we John and I have hatched this out. And since we're the only people who got up on to do the podcast tonight, we have come up with the ultimate final rating dash challenge. And that is this. We are going to split the time-space continuum, and we're going to slide this perfectly between the middle shelf and the bottom shelf. And it will rest there in this dimensional pocket for 3 years. And if this podcast continues in 3 years, we will pull it out of that dimensional pocket. And whoever is still existing after the apocalypse takes place.
The apocalypse. Whoever is amongst the road warriors in this vast country searching for gasoline, and they find these archives.
We'll be in charge of reviewing the movie again.
Right.
We need a final answer. This is the key. This is your salvation, world.
This
What
is the
does it
final
belong?
solution. Wait, no. How many more sci-fi references can we throw in here?
I don't know. I feel like we're stuck in New York. We're trying to escape it.
Ugh, it's better than Los Angeles. I can't surf that well. By the way, you want to talk about bad movies by directors we love. We at some point, I'm sure we are going to end up having to talk about Escape from LA.
Oh yeah, more than likely.
That movie. Have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
It's so bad, dude.
I watched it, man.
I mean, I love John Carpenter. I'm a big Carpenter fanboy, but
Right.
that movie's so bad. That is just.
So Kurt Russell did a Santa Claus movie, and I forgot what it was called. It might have been called Santa Claus. But I made jokes the entire time that's basically Escape from the North Pole, because that's what it felt like.
For real?
Yeah. So I just made jokes the entire time about it. Celeste's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you've never seen these. So I started showing Celeste Escape from New York. She was enjoying it, but it was like 2:00 in the morning. So
no, that's not a late night movie watch. That's the thing about John Carpenter is his movies are paced at a certain rate.
Oh yeah.
You cannot watch them late at night because you will not make it all the way through because of the movie pacing.
Oh yeah. Did he do The Thing?
Yes, he did.
That makes so much sense. Makes so much sense.
You can tell his movies by two things: the way he paces the movies and the soundtrack. Assault on Precinct 13. He did The Thing, Prince of Darkness.
Now he didn't do the remake of Assault on Precinct 13, did he?
No.
Okay.
He did the original.
Right.
He did. You made me lose my train of thought now, dude. In the Mouth of Madness, fantastic Lovecraftian movie, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dallas, do you have the ability to watch that?
The Mouth
In the
of
Mouth
Madness?
of Madness?
I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see. Where is it at? Besides on your DVD wall.
I was about to say I own all the Blu-rays, so
this is happening right here, guys. Like for those of you listening, this is legitimately like the first 30 minutes of us starting to record the bottom shelf, and then like probably an hour after the bottom shelf has been recorded is just us talking. Like this is a real behind the curtain look for you guys.
I was about to say welcome to what it's like to hang out with us.
Right. I'll say this. One of the things I've been enjoying about doing some of the stuff, the art for the bottom shelf right now, is finding the Japanese posters and posting that up the night before, because I think it kind of annoys Kevin a little bit because he was so confused that first time we did it. I'd love to get some feedback from those of you guys listening though. Like, what do you guys think of the artwork? You guys enjoying it? You not enjoying it? If not, you're welcome to volunteer to take over for me.
So looking it up, it's not on any of the free sites. But it's $2.99 on Prime. But that is a John Carpenter film that does Lovecraft very well. Might be good for Cthulhu-ary.
Yeah, I'll check it out. We got I gotta watch Leprechaun this weekend. This week, and the Irish Ninja movie.
Yeah, I gotta watch both those too. But so, I'm just saying if the bottom shelf wants to contribute to Cthulhu-ary.
So
wait, would it qualify for bottom shelf? Because
I'm sure it does.
Thanks, jerk.
Our bar is so we have reviewed things that didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, for real, this is rated this low? Like, I'm waiting for them to go, yeah, The Artist, the bottom shelf. Which, by the way, I loved The Artist.
It's got a Metascore of 53.
All right. If you can if we can schedule it in, we'll throw it into the feed.
I don't think we're going to be able to get all of us on it. And I don't see Branson really wanting to watch it, but I mean, we can do it as a John and Dallas thing.
Let me see what I can work in and schedule in a time frame this week.
All right.
Work it out.
Yeah, let me know for sure, because I would love to be able to talk about that movie for Cthulhuary.
Word. So, all right. Well, guys, that is the episode. Hope you guys this was beneficial to you. The final rating.
The final rating is there is no final rating.
It is the ultimate Lovecraftian answer.
There is no Zool. What? Oh wait, no, there is no Dana, only Zool. Crap, I screwed that up.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is no answer. It's in the parallel pocket, and in 3 years, somebody else will figure it out for us.
Yeah, it's one of those what is reality situations. Apparently, the rating system is celebrating Cthulhuary as well.
Apparently, for those of you questioning the Cthulhuary, this month on Geek Devotions, we're calling it Cthulhuary all month long. We'll be doing Cthulhu-based episodes and articles and stuff like that. Although, funny enough, Branson's not celebrating Cthulhuary; he's celebrating Cthulhuary.
No.
So I legit am contemplating taking a bottle of Chichula, changing the art on it for Branson.
If he wasn't so pretty, I'd divorce him.
Oh man, yeah, that was Branson. Of course, Branson recorded it before we did anything else for Cthulhuary, and so he had not heard the words Cthulhuary at all.
Branson? Why didn't you come to me for help?
Oh, good times. He's going to start doing that now. After he hears this podcast.
No. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul.
From the deep rises Cholulu.
Cholula.
Oh, it's a spicy Lovecraftian book.
That's the Cthulhu book that you get from Taco Bell.
These fish tacos taste funny.
Why is there a tentacle and existential fear coming from my chalupa?
It's a chalupa.
It's a Cthulhu lupa. A Cthulhupa.
This has gone downhill. All right. Well, fans of the Bottom Shelf, thanks so much for hanging out. Check out the socials. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Just look for The Bottom Shelf. Good news. Hope is in the horizon. We may actually end up in Google searches soon. The good folks at Blueberry discovered a flaw, and it was a conspiracy by Google. And so they are trying to get that fixed. So within the next month or so, we'll be searchable.
Google, expect to hear from our lawyers.
You have one?
What?
Is it the one from Velocipaster?
Yes.
All right, that works.
Search engines shun you, Dallas. That's what they do.
All right, we're killing it. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We appreciate you. Until next time, stay devoted. Peace and love.